The distance from Death Valley to Glendale, 1,981 miles. The last time the Clemson Tigers won a national title, the year was 1981. Coincidence? They think not. From three-time Phoenix Open champion Phil Mickelson to tour veterans like Matt Jones and Pat Perez, the Sun Devils are well represented. But they're looking at a current ASU golfer to pass the pitchfork to. Though there may not be a rivalry between these two defensive lines, both offensive lines believe that when they take the field on Monday night, they'll have already faced the best defense in the country. USOC officials have formed an advisory committee to raise athletes' awareness about the Zika virus, but ultimately, the decision to travel to Rio will be an independent choice for each athlete. It was a gamble Nick Saban knew he could take. When Adam Griffith's third quarter onside kick finally reached the 49-yard line, the tide of the game and the fate of the Tide switched all at once. While ski season faced an abrupt conclusion for the second straight year, the lack of snow, rain, and winter climate has brought another issue into the forefront of Lake Tahoe: fire danger. Spring training is business as usual for reporters like me, but for most fans, it's a can't-miss vacation atmosphere that combines a few of their favorite beads. 2 weeks before Stabler was elected to the Pro Football Hall of Fame, researchers at Boston University studying the quarterback's brain concluded that he had chronic traumatic encephalopathy, otherwise known as CTE. The eye of the tiger is no longer the eye in the sky. The Clemson Tigers have landed here at Sky Harbor Airport in Phoenix ahead of their Monday title clash with the Alabama Crimson Tide. Making the move from Indiana to Arizona State made sense for Tracy Smith for a number of reasons. Among many, the weather. In Bloomington, his players had to shovel snow on opening day a season ago, and here at Phoenix Community, well, no such trouble. Tiger students weren't around for the last Clemson title in 1981, but there were plenty of fans who did witness history back in the '81 season that are here on hand on Monday. The 4-2 Sun Devils hit the road this Saturday to take on the number 4 team in the country, the Utah Utes. At 5-0, Utah has tamed the Cal Golden Bears, stomped all over the Oregon Ducks, and even fought off Jim Harbaugh's Michigan Wolverine. For Powers, it doesn't matter if they're playing an NHL team or, I quote, the Little Sisters of the Poor. As long as there's a block A on their opponent's chest, ASU is out to dominate. An SEC foe in Week 1, a Big Sky opponent in Week 2, as the great band Diamond Rio sang, "Meet me in the middle." And that's exactly what Arizona State will do this week, as it takes on New Mexico. It was the Sun Devils who got on the board. First give the ball to sophomore DeMario Richard. He bulldozes his way 8 yards into the end zone, 7-0 ASU. Then quarterback Mike Bercovici drops back, some misdirection. He finds Devin Lucien. The seniors link up a 59-yard touchdown pass to put ASU up 14-0. Arizona clawing back though. Defensive back Cam Denson picks off the screen pass, goes 23 yards to the house to put the Wildcats back in it. But just as they're clawing back, Arizona State puts it away. Senior Lloyd Carrington with the interception. He does his best Deion Sanders impression on the sidelines. 38-yard touchdown to ice the game, and the Sun Devils take home the Territorial Cup 52-37. Second quarter, Washington up 10-0, and when you're Daryl Daniels that big and that open, that's called a problem. 17-0 Huskies. But Arizona State would fight all the way back. Mike Bercovici finds wide receiver Devin Lucien, 32-yard slant route to the house. We've got a tie ball game at 17. Then Washington quarterback Jake Browning playing from behind, and his freshman inexperience shows through here as he forces a pick to Quishy Brown. He goes the other way, sets up a Sun Devil touchdown. They're up 27-17 after that drive. Browning trying to fight the Huskies back. He cannot do so. Marcus Ball contorts himself for that one to seal the victory. C-L-E-M-S-O-N-T-I-G-E-R-S. As Monday's College Football National Championship approached, a Crimson Tide was but a lone wave set against the sea of Clemson orange, flooding the University of Phoenix Stadium parking lots.
We flew from Charlotte, North Carolina, into Dallas, into Albuquerque, into Phoenix.
But we booked the trip right after the Orange Bowl. We were like, Clemson's in the national championship? What a giant treat.
I knew that I was going as soon as the game ended in the Orange Bowl.
Yeah.
For the first time in 34 years, the Clemson Tigers are back in the national title game. And Tiger fans believe a national championship is their destiny.
It's exactly from Death Valley, our home stadium, to Glendale, Arizona, 1,981 miles. The last time Clemson won a national championship was in 1981. Coincidence? I think not.
The Lord
told me. Tigers today, baby. Tigers today.
Tiger students weren't around for the last Clemson title in 1981, but there were plenty of fans who did witness history back in the 81 season that are here on hand on Monday.
In 1981, I took him to the game, so this year he brought me to the game.
So I got to go to 11 of 12 games in 1981. Didn't go to Tulane game, but went to all the other games.
From 1980, when Clemson played South Carolina, I never missed a game until the year 2014, for 400 and 200 row without missing. And it was a very great experience.
The Orange Sea expanded throughout the day, and by the end of Monday's title clash, Clemson fans will know if the flood they provided was enough to end a 34-year drought. In Glendale, I'm Kerry Crowley, Cronkite News. No program claims as many national championships as Alabama, but that doesn't mean the feeling of claiming victory ever gets old.
See all those guys down, they earn that. It feels great, man. It feels great. It's one that I'll remember forever, you know. It's one that you'll never forget it. And everybody that played in this game, that name will be a part of this.
On Monday night, head coach Nick Saban collected his record-tying 5th national title using a gutsy third-quarter onside kick to foil the Clemson Tigers' championship dreams.
And we were tired on defense and weren't doing a great job of getting them stopped. And I felt like if we didn't do something or take a chance to change the momentum of the game, that, you know, we wouldn't have a chance to win.
Kicker Adam Griffith helped Saban look like a maestro, conducting a perfectly executed special teams risk Griffith knew the Tide would capitalize on.
Coach Saban, said, let's do it, and I was ready for it. I was confident, and, we executed really good.
It was a gamble Nick Saban knew he could take. When Adam Griffith's third-quarter onside kick finally reached the 49-yard line, the tide of the game and the fate of the Tide switched all at once.
We saw that we had that the first time they lined up. They deferred. All right, we received, but the first time that we kicked off, after Derek's touchdown, we said, okay, we got that.
Griffith missed an early field goal, but proved his resilience with a game-changing kick on a call that will help define his coach's legacy.
It means a lot, usually kickers are not that important. Some people say, but, most of the time we prove them wrong, and I feel like kickers are pretty important.
With 5 titles, Saban is among the greatest of all time, but had his onside kick gone south, Monday's tough call could have made him a different kind of GOAT.
But if we wouldn't have got that, y'all would be killing me now.
In Glendale, I'm Kerry Crowley, Cronkite News.